Very much good evening, everyone. This is Himang, sir. I was supposed to take your class today evening at 4 p.m., but unfortunately, as you know, today network issues are very huge. And because of that sole reason only, I was not able to take your class. So, as you know, if you have checked the WhatsApp message, I was supposed to teach you today the definition of controlling, means concept of controlling as well as the process of controlling. But what I feel that since it's a video and that is very important question, so I'm skipping to little basic question, which is very easy one. So as of now, we are going to understand the concept of controlling, and along with that, we'll take features of controlling. But before we go on that, I'm just trying to explain you what is the snapshot of this chapter. It is the smallest chapter of the entire BSP course. We have concept, we have nature, we have importance, and we have process of controlling. And we are pretty much sure that by the end of this week, that is Wednesday, we'll be able to complete this chapter. Starting with the definition, we are starting with the definition of controlling first. So if I talk about the definition of controlling, then controlling means measuring the actual performance, which is first part, comparing with the standards, that's the second part, thereby analyzing the deviation is third part, and then taking corrective action is the fourth part. So in these four main lines, the definition of controlling has been kept. First of all, we measure the actual performance. Say for an example, if I've given some target to my employee, then I'll tell him that you have to perform it. Now, whatever target is achieved by them, I have to measure it. So measure the actual performance. Then comparing with the standards. In planning function, we have already set the standards. Like if you achieve the above the target, it's highly satisfying. If you achieve just the target, it's neutral. If you go beyond the target, then it is called dissatisfying. So we have already set the standard. First of all, we measure the actual performance, then compare with the standard. Now, this comparison of actual versus standard may reveal the level of deviation. Now, since you know deviation is the gap in performance, it could be possible that employee X has been given the target of achieving 1000 units, but he ends up producing only 800 units. So when you give a target of 1000 units and he produces only 800 units, that 200, my dear friend, is actually called gap of performance. I repeat, gap of performance. In that situation, that is called deviation. Now, if I give someone a target of producing 1000 units, I repeat, if I give someone a target of producing 1000 units, and if he produces 1200 units, my dear friends, that extra 200 is not called deviation. That is called overachievement. So always remember this thing. So three lines I have clarified: measuring the actual performance, comparing with the standards, and analyzing the deviation, which we just understood by the example of 1000 units. If at all there is a deviation, then and then, my dear friends, we have to take corrective action. As I've said, 1000 का टारगेट हो और अगर कोई 1200 अचीव करता है तो ओवर अचीवमेंट बोला जाएगा. ओवर अचीवमेंट को हम डेविएशन नहीं समझते हैं, बट अगर 1000 का टारगेट और कोई 800 अचीव करता है तो वो 200 का डेविएशन है. And in that case, we have to take corrective action. We need to find out what went wrong, what mistakes he made in the last year, because of which he was not able to achieve the target of 200. That is target of 1000 and left with the deviation of 200. So that if we take a corrective action, next year if similar kind of mistakes is happening, then in that situation, he may not be having any kind of problem in that case. So please remember there are four important lines which makes the definition of controlling very much clear. First point, you measure the actual performance, then you compare with the standard so that you are able to identify the deviation. And if at all there are deviation, then and then, my dear friends, we take a corrective action. Last line, which will conclude this concept: controlling cannot prevent the deviation, but it can minimize them by taking corrective action. देखो, deviation एक unforeseen event है, वो कब आएगी किसी को पता नहीं है. So controlling कभी भी deviation को prevent नहीं कर सकता, but deviation आने के बाद जो हम corrective action लेंगे ताकि अगले साल same problem से we can save our organization. So if you want to learn this part, I would always advise you pause the slide, learn everything, and if you have doubt, you know you can ask me on my personal window. After completing the concept of controlling, next we are heading towards the features of controlling. You can also call it nature, you can also call it characteristics, the words are always same. Starting with the first one, controlling is all pervasive. Now this kind of line does not require any kind of introduction. All pervasive word we have learned so many times. So yes, controlling is exercised by all employees of all levels at all departments. There is no second thought. Yes, the extent of controlling may differ level to level. Never ever forget, as per chapter number 1, there are 3 levels of management: top level, middle level, and operational level. Every level of management do not have similar level power. The top level have more power, middle level has lesser power, operational level is having absolutely less power. So yes, extent matlab level of controlling may differ, the power of controlling may differ level to level. Second point is pretty easy. Controlling is goal-oriented process. Obviously, every management function, whether it is planning, organizing, staffing, directing, or for that matter, are controlling. Everyone is focusing towards achieving goal of the organization. So controlling aims at ensuring monitoring of activities. Obviously, there are employees in an organization जिनकी activities को हमें monitor करना है, उनके ऊपर supervision रखना है. So controlling aims to ensure monitoring of activities in a such a way which results in efficient and effective achievement of organizational goal. एम्प्लॉयज की एक्टिविटी को कुछ इस तरह से मॉनिटर करो कि गोल टाइमली कंप्लीट हो, दैट इज इफेक्टिव, एंड गोल कंप्लीट करते वक्त मिनिमम कॉस्ट हो, दैट इज एफिशिएंट. Effective, efficient word we have also learned in past, that is chapter number 1. So yes, why controlling is called goal oriented? Because it aims to ensure that monitoring of activities in a such a way which results in efficient and effective achievement of organizational goals. Since so far we have seen two features of controlling, or you can say two natures of controlling. Controlling is all pervasive and controlling is goal oriented. Next 2 points are taking us to the new journey, and out of that, third point requires good amount of attention. So I'm also going to lower down my speed. Third point says it's not the last function of management. It is very much clear when you pronounce or when you speak functions of management in the hierarchy, controlling would come at last. Something like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. But let's see what we have to learn out of this. Controlling helps in finding how actual performance is deviating from planned one. We are trying to learn so that we can prove that controlling is not the last function of management. Controlling helps in finding how actual performance is deviating from planned one. Planned one मतलब जो हमने टारगेट सेट किया था, और एक्चुअल परफॉर्मेंस जो एम्प्लॉय ने परफॉर्म किया है. और कंट्रोलिंग ये फाइंड करने की कोशिश करता है कि स्टैंडर्ड और एक्चुअल के बीच में कितना गैप है. Controlling helps in finding how actual performance is deviating from planned one. Second line, by this it helps in finding the deviation and taking corrective action. यानी जब हम प्लान परफॉर्मेंस को एक्चुअल परफॉर्मेंस से मेजर करेंगे तो शायद हमें डेविएशन पता चल सकता है, that by what amount we have not achieved the target, and as soon as we will come to know the deviation, we will take corrective action. My dear friend, remember one thing very clearly: we have to take corrective action only if we fail to achieve the target. That is called deviation. If in case, like I've explained you previously, that if there is an overachievement, if you give a target of 1000 and person achieves 1200, there is no need to find a deviation, because there is no deviation at all, and there is no need to go for corrective action also. Deviation comes, then only we need to take the corrective action. So sticking by the second line once again, controlling helps in finding how far the standard performance and how far the actual performance is there. And by that point, it tries to find a deviation. The time we find the deviation, we would like to take the corrective action. This activity sets the stages of next year plans. Which activity? The activity of finding deviation and thereby taking corrective action sets the stages of next year plans. Thus, we can say that controlling is not last function of management. Controlling basically है ना stage work कर रहा है. प्लानिंग फंक्शन शुरू होने वाला है, और प्लानिंग फंक्शन शुरू होने से पहले प्री स्टेज जो भी एक्टिविटी करनी होती है वो कंट्रोलिंग कर लेता है. इसलिए वैसे मैनेजमेंट हायरार्की में कंट्रोलिंग लास्ट दिखता है, बट एक्चुअली वो प्लानिंग फंक्शन को स्टार्ट करने में हेल्प करता है. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज अंडरस्टूड एज नॉट द लास्ट फंक्शन ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. My dear friends, slowly and swiftly we are coming towards the last point of the day, that is called controlling is both forward and backward looking activity. Now, if you have thoroughly understood point number third, I think this point which I'm going to speak right now, point number 4, would be dead easy for you. But even if it is not clear, I would suggest you pause the slide, learn point number 3, then come back to point number 4. Let's see point number 4, what is there. Controlling is both forward and backward looking activity. As controlling is setting the stages of next year's plans, the upcoming year plan, definitely we can say controlling is forward looking activity. But at the same time, controlling is also trying to identify that what are the deviations there in the past year. In that situation, we can say controlling is a backward looking activity. All in all, this was the explanation of controlling's concept and the nature of controlling. So if you have any kind of doubt, you can definitely ask me. Till that time, I'll be there for you. Thank you so much for listening to me.